What is the best shutter speed for action shots at Disney parks? Imagine capturing a moment so lively and full of energy that it feels like you are right there in the middle of the magic. When you are at Disney parks, you want your photos to reflect that excitement and movement. So, what shutter speed should you use to freeze those fast-moving scenes or create a sense of motion? Well, for action shots at Disney parks, the general rule is to set your camera to a shutter speed of at least 1/100th of a second or faster. This quick shutter speed helps freeze motion, so your pictures don't turn out blurry when capturing characters, parades, rides, or guests in motion. During the bright daylight hours, which are common at Disney parks, achieving these fast shutter speeds is usually simple. Your camera can easily handle it, giving you sharp images of lively scenes. When the sun starts to set or you are inside a ride or attraction with lower light, you might need to slow down your shutter speed a little. For indoor rides or evening shows, shutter speeds around 1/30th to 1/50th of a second can work. But keep in mind, slower speeds increase the chance of motion blur unless you use techniques like panning. Panning involves following the moving subject with your camera while using a slower shutter speed, typically between 1/15th and 1/50th of a second. This way, the subject stays sharp, and the background becomes a blur of motion, adding a dynamic feel to your photos. If you want to show motion blur intentionally, like a spinning ride or a moving monorail, you can experiment with shutter speeds slower than 1/50th of a second. Just be sure to keep your camera steady, as even small shakes can ruin the shot. Using a tripod is usually not allowed in Disney parks, so steady hands or resting your camera on a stable surface is best. Remember to adjust your ISO settings to keep the exposure balanced. Higher ISO can help you use faster shutter speeds in lower light without making your photos grainy. To sum it up, for daytime action shots, stick to 1/100th of a second or faster. For indoor or evening scenes, try 1/30th to 1/50th of a second. For creative motion effects, go slower, around 1/15th to 1/50th of a second, and use panning to keep your subject sharp. Always consider the lighting and your camera's ISO to get the best picture. These tips will help you capture the energy and magic of Disney parks in a way that makes your memories last forever. And don't forget, using burst mode can help you catch that perfect moment by taking multiple shots quickly.